Alors, thank you very much for your time. My first question is, how did you work with Nicolas Bedos? That was not your first time because you worked with Nicolas Bedos already in La Belle Époque.
Yes, we first met when he did his first movie. It is called Mr. and Mrs. Adelman, but
Yeah.
I was doing some arrangement and orchestration, and we met for the first time and we starting to speak a lot about music and maybe starting to create our own language of comprehension in music. This is the first time I start to understand what he like, what he doesn't like in a musical test. And so when he asked me to work together on La Belle Époque, we already had this background of knowing each other, who is very precious between because we already know each other as human being, but also as a we started to have a common musical language.
Yeah.
So, for example,
this new project OSS is very different, no, from La Belle Époque. Really
it's very different, but when you know each other already, you know how people react. You know, for example, when he says nothing, I know that's not. It's not. That means that
it's not a good sign.
Yes, and when you know already all of that, it's easier to work. Because you can focus directly on the music and the work, and you are not trying to understand what he is to say, who understand how he react. And but for example, when we start to do OSS, he told me, okay, we can do the opposite of La Belle Époque, because for La Belle Époque, when we start to work on the music, he told me, oh, I don't like strings. I don't want strings on the score. But as I knew him from before, I know what he meant by I don't like strings. For La Belle Époque, it's not because at the end there is strings in the score, but more in a staccato, little. It was discrete. Discrete.
Yeah, discrete. Yeah, it's not like a Hollywood style with big strings.
Yes. And that was meant by I don't like strings. But for example, for OSS, he told me the opposite. No, we can go big strings, big orchestra. So even if it's not the same music and very different, that help to work together on music, and everything is good when you work together.
Yeah. But in the soundtrack of OSS, I listened to some echoes of John Barry. Is it true, James?
Yes, because the idea was to be and to feel that we are in the like James Bond movies, and there is also another inspiration. It was more like there is a very, very little theme who is a it's more even maybe like Indiana Jones. It's more action movies, like what OSS think he is in his head, like I'm a hero. That is not.
But who's your favorite composer? The one that you inspired the most?
I have to say that my first, because I start music with the viola, and I was playing in orchestra, and when I was like around 10, between 12 and 17, I played in the orchestra, and sometimes we play music from film, and I have to say that the music from John Williams was very, for me, was the first very a strong feeling with music from film. We played in Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and I really like John Williams, but I also like a composer like Johan Johansson, because I really liked in his music how it works with the movie, and especially on the movie on Denis Villeneuve. This duet, it's for me was very very strong and very good and productive, and they always I like how the music work with the image. It's
yeah, John Johansson was really great. And
yeah.
do you think that the Hildur Good, you know, the Hildur Gudnadottir, the island composer, won the Academy Award? Do you think that this kind of victory now has changed something? I mean, are there more possibilities for a female composer today?
This is a hard question, because for example, in my I think it's good that I think it's good that we can see that there is also a female composer in film score industry, and but I don't really know why we are so few, why they are not more. I don't really know that, because in my maybe it's a chance, but in my career, I didn't feel that it was a problem to be a woman. Maybe, and I don't know, because it's maybe just a chance, or I just met the good people or right people.
The
I
right
don't
people. Yeah.
But I in French we said I touche du bois, I'm touching wood, but I didn't have this. I never been in a situation, hopefully, that I just felt strange because I was a woman, or with something. So I think that can be good. It's maybe that can encourage young composers, young women composers, to say, maybe I can be also a composer, and in that way, yes, it's good. So
Yeah, maybe
yes, but I really don't know why there are so few female composers. But I have to say that in French we have something called the collectif troisième autrice, and it's like a collective of female composers. And I'm happy to discover that there are a lot of female composers who actually work, and or students who want to be a composer. So I think, and it's good, but things are going to change in a good way.
Yeah, absolutely. What's your favorite soundtrack ever?
It's hard.
You have to choose one. Yeah.
Favorite.
There are many great French composers too. I mean, the Truffaut movie.
Yes, of course, because I liked Alexandre Desplat, La jeune fille et la ferme. I like a lot Johan Johansson, for example, Prisoners. I like John Williams. Mais the thing is, I'm listening a lot of Plat, Discours d'un roi, King's Speech.
King's Speech, beautiful.
Yes, it's hard because but the thing is, I like a lot of music scores, but I wanted to pick one of Johan Johansson because it's with image. I think there is something magical with the image. For example, the score for Sicario from
Sicario, yeah, Sicario, great.
I think it was when I saw the movie, I was just like, oh my God, the score is amazing, because when they tried to cross from Mexico to America, there was you can imagine that you have something very, but it was like a new sound, and I think it was very very good and very magical with the image. I like when you have this feeling that this is the perfect sound for this image, and you have this connection because we have to remember that it's music for a film.
Yeah, yeah. So my last question is, what's your next project now? Are you working on something?
I just done a music for a film music documentary for the cinema, who is about lynx. It's an animal.
Yeah, okay, lynx.
Yeah, lynx, and it's about the director during 10 years. He in the French forest Jura, and it's between French and Switzerland. He tried to follow the lynx, and so it's a music.
It's very different from OSS.
It's very different because the idea what the forest is like a cathedral, so we have like organ, and it's more light and mystic, and because the lynx is very enigmatic, and sometimes you have to during several months he didn't manage to find any, so he tried to understand how lynx works. And so I just done that. So now I think I can have a little bit of holiday. But yeah. I'm reading some. I have two nice new scripts, and so it's only the beginning of the project. But nice project, and I hope they will be until the end of the process, because now the cinema can be a little bit. With all the COVID crisis, and but it's nice to see that new projects are beginning to start even after COVID crisis.
Absolutely. So thank you very much, Anne-Sophie, for your time, and congratulations again for the soundtrack of OSS. It was really a joy to listen to it. It's great soundtrack.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Anne-Sophie. See you in Italy next time.
Yeah. Hope. Bye-bye.
Ok, grazie. Ciao.